got to feel in heaven when my lover's near. Lord, let this moment last for another year. Though today has ended, the night's still young, I'd say. Lover, don't go away. Let it be the thing that I am longing for. Let's fly out from Manhattan to the California shore, just to watch the ships at night on the San Francisco Bay. Oh, lover, please, please stay. Don't say you have to go. Don't say you need to run. I'll stop the clock on Central Station and we can have a drink downtown. Let it be the night that I am longing for. Let's fly down south to Austin or to Ecuador, just to drink pina colada on a hot, wet summer's day. Oh, lover, please, please stay.
I started playing with my mic, and I thought I could get it in time. That's what she said, but
alas,
I couldn't.
Hi,
I couldn't.
friends.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Stir Crazy Sanka set. I'm the Divine Danny D.
I am Elle Diabloe.
And this is our Falling for Fall.
Oh,
I think
though
it's absolutely completely winter outside.
Which the seasons don't make sense to me.
I mean, they happen almost the same order every year.
In principle, yes, but why is winter only end of December if it starts to snow now?
This is true, but I also think that it has a little bit based on location. So you figure that we're going to go with Greenwich Mean Time and where time starts. So London, where
the center of the world is.
So exactly. So I figured that's what they're basing the season.
You know, I've actually stood on either side of the Meridian line.
I have stood on either side of a very angry police officer.
Yes. So yes, we're falling for fall today.
Yes, so it's all about fall, and we really should have called it Falling for Pumpkins, because there's a lot of pumpkins.
Or the pumpkin spice show, or the Great Pumpkin Capade.
Sure, all of those are options. Yeah, we should have, because there's a lot of pumpkin stuff going on. If you like pumpkins or pumpkin spice, this is your show. If you don't,
bye.
Stick around, because we'll make fun of it, because we will be so sick of it by the end of the show. For those of us who don't know who we are based in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. That's why it's
pitch black outside.
Pitch black and definitely winter.
And why we didn't call it the Thanksgiving show.
No, it's not the Thanksgiving show.
Not Thanksgiving here.
No. So it's but we are both part of the burlesque community. I'm a comedian, a host, a producer, a writer.
Was a burlesque dancer and host and teacher and choreographer and producer. So yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. And now we do this.
And now we do this.
Cook and eat and cook.
Eat and cook. And I think that's a good. Again, I think it's a great. The one thing that I think this did make us do was have to have really good meals at least once a week.
Oh, definitely. But like I've been.
Not that we don't have them more than that, but
No, I cook a lot, but I just as do you, yeah. But the one thing I have, I went back to start watching some of the old episodes the other day because I need to do some stuff, and it's interesting. You can actually chronologically watch me gain weight over the course of the pandemic if you go back and start watching.
exactly, and you can see me get shorter.
What?
Weird. I have, maybe I'm just leaning over.
I think
That's
yeah.
all it could be. That's all it could be. So this show, again, we're gonna have so much fun. We got a great pumpkin spice cocktail.
Yes, I'm excited.
Very excited for that because it's actually, because I don't even know if it's gonna work because I sort of held off trying it because I'm
because it could be
absolutely terrible, but we're gonna guarantee to get at least one good drink out of the show.
Okay.
But what we're gonna do?
There's a bottle of vodka.
We're gonna do a pumpkin spice. Suddenly I can't remember what the name of that drink is. A white Russian, a pumpkin spice white Russian. So
do they like pumpkin spice in Russia?
I don't know. I know very few Russians in all fairness.
You know me,
but you're not really Russian. You're from here. You've literally never been there. So that's a fair place to start. It's a big place. It's in a lot of people's blood. But so what we're going to do is we're going to take the White Russian, which is a classic drink created in the 60s, but made absolutely super famous in the 70s with disco culture, and has now become sort of a classic. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if pumpkin spice really does make things better. So we are going to make a regular White Russian.
Okay.
Have that first. Mm-hmm. Then later on in the show, we're going to make a pumpkin spice White Russian and see if pumpkin spice does actually make everything better. Because a White Russian, for a nice dessert drink, it's pretty much perfect. All right. And what are you going to deal with today?
We are going to make a pumpkin soup today, a creamy pumpkin soup, which is arguably like one of the easiest things. It's so easy. But to jazz it up and make it a little bit more woot, we're going to be making grilled cheese.
How do you define something as woot?
Woot.
But what makes it woot?
Well, if you'd let me finish my sentence, what's going to make this woot is we're going to add some grilled cheese croutons to the soup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not woot, it's more crout. I am crout.
F-ute?
That's the guy, I think it's the guy who invented croutons. That's what he said for like weeks. I am crout. Dumb jokes.
So some of that, some of this, some of you.
We have also our lovely, a bunch of our cast of regulars is here today.
Yes.
Kingpin, who last we saw was stuck in the past.
Yes.
He was stuck in 1920?
I believe that, yes.
Yes, and we're going to see what happens. And if he can make it back to now. But honestly...
why do you
want to get back? That's why you're in a rush, in all fairness.
Then again, I mean, some pretty crappy stuff happened between 1920 and now, so
It's true. So I guess it's all relative. Yeah. We also have our lovely, sexy woman.
Yes, we do.
Butterscotch Blondie will be here making some. Don't
tip the bits.
Don't
tip the bits.
It's just, of course, and we have music once again from the amazing Ben Cardilli. Some new stuff he was playing with.
I don't think I can say his name any other way anymore.
Yeah, it's sort of, it automatically gets a Kermit effect for you.
Because that's how excited I get.
Yeah, so
on the show.
If you haven't seen any of his stuff before, which pretty much was the music we played through the whole beginning of the first season. Mm-hmm. I think we did half of the first season was all Ben Cardilli music.
Most, yeah.
And he popped in and out throughout the whole first season after that, but he just sent me 3 new, not music videos. This is the beginning of our couch concert. So it's him at home playing a little bit of fun.
We didn't. I don't know if we introduced that yet, really.
No,
we Tristan Ginger. That's
this is the beginning.
Couch concert.
Yeah, once we get to the music later on, we'll talk a little bit more about that.
All right. So you've got plenty things to
talk about.
And why don't we
So
go over
let's see what's
there?
going on over here.
what the
Let's
people
go
are
on
saying.
over here. Hi, people.
Hello,
Oh,
peeps.
that switched off me. I was going to fix this.
Okay.
Bang.
Hi.
Oh, look, there's a lot of people there today. The swashbuckling cook.
Oh, bonsoir, les amis.
Swashbuckling cook, Ms. Quest. Hello, hello. Misty Portugal is here. Taco Maniac 444.
And it's
That's actually, if that's the amount of tacos he's had, he's quite a maniac about them.
Callie Cahill's mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Carolyn.
Happy birthday, Callie Cahill's mom.
Carolyn.
Carolyn. Oh, Carolyn. Hello, Carolyn.
Hi.
I just know people as mum.
Mom.
And speaking
your
of this,
mom's
my
there.
mom is there. So hi, mom. So that one really worked out.
Yeah. It's not her birthday though.
Yes. No. And my mom is mum. She's not just a mum.
No, she's mom.
She's mum.
She's your mom.
She knows. Don't stop telling her.
You're his mom.
Excellent. Yeah, we're gonna have a fun day. We're also got a little bit of a game I'm gonna play with you later on, and everybody here.
Cool.
We got a little bit more wordplay coming up. The American Thanksgiving edition.
Wordplay.
Because I think it is American Thanksgiving. There may be a few people from the U.S. watching today, and so I thought I'd like to have something that they
Oh,
could
hey, Sylvie.
incorporate into their Thanksgiving celebration. It's going to be, we're going to have a fun day today. There's a good amount of people here. I'm really happy about that.
Hi, friends.
Shall we,
Let's make a cocktail.
let's make a cocktail. Let's
Yeah.
go. We'll see you over here.
Here.
All right, you
It's
talk to
again.
them for a second. I'm going to get this in
Yeah,
place.
you get that in place.
You want to grab the ice too?
I
Sorry?
can. Well, I can talk to them, or I can grab
I'll
the
grab,
ice.
you talk to them. I'll grab the
Hi,
ice.
friends. I'm going to talk to you while Dan grabs the ice. I'm quite excited for this drink because this is my favorite spirit of all the spirits.
Vodka? Or that's, well, that's,
The vodka and this particular vodka.
this particular vodka is nice. I like this vodka. It's a corn vodka versus a potato vodka,
Yes.
which is kind of cool.
And it's won a bunch of awards.
Yeah. So, and again, with this though, again, it's the thing about the White Russian that I love is at the end run, what is making it Russian is of course adding the vodka, but we're really not going to be accenting the vodka really in any way. It's all about this. This is our star.
Mm-hmm.
A coffee liqueur. Now we're going to use Kahlua. If you're using Kahlua, it's going to make it a fairly sweet cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
But any coffee liqueur will work. I personally prefer something a little less on the sweet side, but I'm actually using Kahlua's recipe.
Cool.
So this is Kahlua's White Russian recipe.
And
You can push the button if you'd like.
I can push the button. I can.
Yeah.
Recipe.
Recipe.
White Russian.
White Russian. So it's a great drink because it's a simple 3-ingredient drink. We need vodka for our Russian, Kahlua for our
Mexican.
Kahlua's not Mexican. It's Kahlua is Polynesian in influence. Yeah. I don't know why, but it is.
I'm just looking to see where it's from while you're talking to the peeps.
Okay, so there we have this. We have for the coffee, the sweet coffee liqueur, and of course, a little bit of cream. In this case, we're just using a 15% basic cream. I like for a rich White Russian, you can use even up to a 35% heavy cream because you're only using a little bit of it, a splash. But also, this does completely work with milk, from skim to full fat. Or even nut milks if you can't use can't take lactose. So this is I've done these myself with
Cashew milk.
not cashew milk with with almond milk. Thanks for guessing. With almond milk. So it's really flexible, but as long as you have your vodka for the Russian, your sweet coffee, and something creamy.
Something white.
Something creamy. Oh, yeah, this is the white. This is again the play on the black Russian, which of course. Doesn't have the cream base.
And yes, Misty, we are using Tito's.
And we haven't really dealt much with creamy drinks yet on the show.
I'm not a huge fan all the time.
I think but I think it can be. If you get the right balance of the sweet, the creamy, and the spirit, I find it such an interesting, lovely combination, and it's where
to me, this
cocktails.
is like a fireside drink.
This is a great fireside. This is a dessert to me. This is after a dinner. This is a sort of a nice sit around and chat. But I also think this is also a nice if you have shag carpeting.
You want a lounge?
Yeah, a lounge and like maybe a sunken,
like a conversation pit.
Sunken conversation pit, and like turtlenecks, but you know those ribbed turtlenecks.
Yes, a thick rib though. Yeah.
Yeah, thick ribbed sweater turtleneck that's in sort of a purple and orange stripe.
Oh, I was thinking like jeans. Ochre or like.
No, it works too. All of those,
orange.
But that's what you think you have, and you have that fireplace. You know the one that's sort of a metal fireplace.
Yep.
That's yeah. Yep. Perfect drink for that scenario.
By the way, the fireplace is whoop. Yeah. That is whoop. It's different.
All right, so we're gonna make this drink. What I like about this drink too. This is a great drink. What's going on here?
Kahlua is from Mexico.
Well, is it?
Well, that bottle is from Purchase, New York.
Yeah, this is from Purchase. And again, is it Mexican? I always thought it was not. So I guess it is. But if it is, then fantastic. If I have stolen the Kahluan influence out of Mexico, then my apologies. But I don't know. It's an odd thing. Kahlua. Maybe I'm thinking because Kahlua hula. I've got those letters in my head. Oh. Maybe that's what the association is. All right. Simple drink. And what I love about this drink is also it's made in the glass. So we're going to make our drinks in the glass. So the first thing that means is we are going to put a little bit of ice into the glass. I just want to fill the glass up with ice. Very simple. As we do that. Now, this is always what you're going to remember for any White Russian. 2 parts of your vodka, 1 part of your sweet, and a splash or some of your cream. So we are going to start, and this one we're going to build it in a certain way. So we're going to start with the vodka. I know normally I would say work from your cheapest ingredients back so you don't waste your
equivalent.
Huh?
They're almost equivalent.
I'm talking you can start with that. That's right. But it's very important that you don't start with the cream in this case. So we're going to go vodka into each. Oh my God, it's just splashy. Do you want to go me overhead too, please?
Yes, of course.
So we've gone the vodka over there. There we are. So there's the vodka placed into the drink. Now we're going to, so we had 2 parts. We had 2 ounces of vodka. And we're going to do 1 ounce of the Kahlua. Such a distinct smell. I think it's one of those, if this is one of those drinks you drink, like your first drunk drink.
Oh no, see, and it's funny because I think I was telling you earlier when we used to vacation in Mexico, which is maybe why I know that Kahlua is from Mexico.
You didn't actually know, you guessed.
No, I didn't guess. I was pretty sure until I actually just learned to trust my instinct because I was pretty sure. But after dinner, we used to sit around, and my parents always used to have either a Kahlua and milk or a White Russian. So.
Cool. Now, the key in this one is you want to float the cream on the top. So in order to do that, you're going to pour your cream onto the back of your bar spoon. So you get enough in there.
I almost want to go from the front right now because there's some cool stuff happening. Main cam. I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can see.
There we go. I think there's a little bit more here. There we go. That's all. So we want a little bit of that mix. Just there. There we go.
Oh, we're just doing a splash.
All right. So that's what you want. And so when you're serving it, you want to have that in there, like so. We have that sort of almost cloudy effect in there. So I'm going to give you that one. And what you now want to do, just give that a nice little swirl. That'll all mix together a little bit. There we are. The White Russian. Super simple. I now feel like I should abide something. So I don't know how that really could be made too much better. Pumpkin spice is, I'm a big fan of the pumpkin spice. I like pumpkin spice. But this is a pretty bang-on cocktail.
It's a good drink.
It's excellent just for all of its simple little parts.
C'est très bon.
Yeah, it is great. And I think, no, thank you. I think this is, again, what I like about the creamier drinks too is it's nice if you just want to sip something. You're not really, you're looking for something that just, you're only going to really sort of have a couple and relax into. It's not going to inspire you to really pound them. Yeah. Unless, of course, you're a 12-year-old boy.
No, I think part of the reason why I stay away from stuff like this is because I can't do them. And also because, like, it's got cream in it. There's only so much of that a person should have.
Only?
Yes.
Why?
A, lactose issues, and B, just fattening cocktails.
And again, if you feel that is, then make it with. I tend to. I like to make it. When you make it with the cream, you get that really nice cloudiness in your pour at the beginning, and that's a really nice effect.
You got the dude abides from Frank.
Well, excellent. Thank you, Frank. I did abide. But I think you also get with milk. It's a little lighter, and you
well, it's thinner, and I find that with milk you taste the vodka more.
Mm-hmm.
So like the cream does make it like obviously a creamier, tastier drink.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna put the ice away.
Okay, you do that. So that is how we're gonna start the show. So we have started off by making the White Russian, beautiful drink, and so later on in the show we are gonna come back. We're gonna make the same drink in the pumpkin spice way, which is almost an identical mix with a little exception. So we're gonna do that a little bit later. For now.
Yeah.
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 Cha, are you ready? What do you want to do?
Ready? I don't know. What do you feel like doing? Should we ask our friends a question?
Oh, let's do that. Yeah, we got all kinds of things. So, like I say, with this whole show, part of it is driven by you, what you guys want to talk a little bit about, and we always feel we want to inspire by asking a little bit of a question that's sort of on theme with the show. So this week, our first question.
What is question number 1?
Our first question is pretty simple. What is the best part of the colder months of the year? Everybody, especially if you are Canadian, colder months can be quite a different thing than almost any other place in the world, even in other parts of Canada, especially from where we are in Montreal. We get a cold winter.
It's cold. Very, very cold.
But I mean, again, northern hemisphere, to our friends who are in Australia, we know this is your hot time, so suck it.
Yeah, Mickey went to the beach yesterday. She sent me a message.
But what are the best parts of the colder months for you?
It's funny because I used to really enjoy the winter months when I was a kid, and I don't know if anybody else who's watching feels the same way, that as I've gotten older, I really don't have the same ability to withstand or desire even to withstand the cold. But I think sweaters and boots are one of the best parts of the colder months. With the sweater wardrobe, the kind of fall winter wardrobe. We don't have a fireplace chez nous.
No.
But a fireplace is like one of the better parts of the colder months. And I guess like snow is pretty. I just like it from on the inside of my house as opposed to the outside of my house. And you?
I think, see, for me, I'm not a super summer person.
I am.
I deal much better with the cold than I deal with the heat. So I quite like, this to me is a comfortable time because I love to wear a coat, and I can't wear a coat. I don't wear a heavy coat until, for 3 months of the year here, for like, late December to maybe mid-March. I can wear a genuine, cool, nice, heavy. I've got some beautiful heavier coats, and I finally get to wear them. Most of the time, it's all too hot for me.
I love how, like, I'm sure over there's a bunch of sports happening, and I'm like, oh my god, I love sweaters, and you're like, I like me a nice coat.
Yeah.
I'm
not a sports person. I'm not a sports person. But no, but I also think that I love the that it is a little bit more, to me, it's a little bit more intimate. I don't know why I always feel winter is a little more sit down, it's cozy, it's cuddle up. It always felt to me more intimate of a time of year when it gets cold.
Because of the blankets and stuff?
I think it's because of blankets.
And spooning?
I love a good spoon.
I know.
Oh, I see. That one too. I also like a good spoon. With a carved.
Let's see what
everybody else says. What do they say over here? Low key.
Let's go to the
let's go over that. Let's go to the chat. Sorry.
No, it's just I saw how many chins I had from that angle.
Low key decided not to move there this winter because of the winter. Yes. Skiing from Alicia. I guess there is some sports that are.
Oh, I figured. I want to try skiing again.
I'm the only person in the Twitch. If only I'm the only person in the Twitch chat. Well, that's all right.
Welcome anyway. You can be wherever you want to be.
Hot tubs. That's a very valuable thing. A nice whiskey glow from Daniel. It gets a bit clammy in the summer. Best in the fall. And a nice
Hello
drink.
Kitties. You got some Hello Kitties?
We got some Hello Kitties. That's very nice.
That's part of winter.
A nice drink, a good book, and a roaring fire. That's
Maureen, a woman after my own heart. Hello, Butterscotch Talia.
Butterscotch Blondia here. Stuart has no allergies in the colder months. That is all right. There are health benefits. I find I breathe easier in the winter months. Humidity, especially in Quebec, there's such a high humidity. I find it harder to breathe.
It is harder to breathe, but I like it.
Oh, okay.
I like it. No, because I also find that we get a certain level of cold where it's also hard to breathe. Where you go outside and like you breathe in and your nose does that, and then like your chest gets all like it hurts sometimes. The cold hurts.
Yeah.
So like.
Oh, it's Imogen. Hi, Imogen.
Yeah.
And Yannick says, that feeling that skating brings does it for you.
I haven't skated. Like I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to buy.
Is it just the act of skating? Because does roller skating do the same thing? This is a good question. If
Yannick Dehaye has roller skates, they're old school. They are not rollerblades. I'm making that call.
Honey, rollerblades are old school now.
No, but like.
No. None of the cool people rollerblade anymore. Galadriel likes to snuggle under covers and choosing not to get up on the weekend mornings.
I did that.
Oh, that's lovely. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Especially when you got to do it with Galadriel.
It is fantastic when you get to do it with Galadriel. It's true.
Oh, my golly. Well, that's good. We've got a drink. Shall we
start a thing?
Start a snack?
We can start a snack.
Let's do that. Let's start a snack over here.
It's a
the
thingy for me?
Yeah.
Thanks.
They move the cutting board out of the way and I can put it right up there. Oh,
yeah.
You just hit that.
That's
never mind.
Yes. Hi, friends. So, doing this recipe around Halloween would have maybe been a smart thing to do because I could have used actual fresh pumpkin. We're not doing that tonight. But the bonus is you can get canned pumpkin all year round. We are not using pumpkin pie filling. Be very careful if you're cooking along with to make sure that you just have pumpkin puree and not something that's got a whole bunch of sugar in it because we're making soup.
Yes.
And like sweet soup would so not be something I'd ever make. So like if you like a sweet...
I like a good sweet soup.
what kind of sweet soup?
Chinese, a very common thing for Chinese meals I've had, especially Hong Kong style Chinese where you'll have like a sweet red bean soup as a dessert. And it's
a dessert soup.
Yeah,
I guess I could get behind.
Like a melon soup works too.
Oh no! Oh no, melon soup. Quelle horreur.
Christina said, "No shaving, no sweating, no mosquitoes." I've never shaved a sweaty mosquito.
Well,
they just slip right out of your fingers
when you're trying to shave them.
Yeah. The hard part is finding an eraser that small.
So, yeah.
What I love too is she had to type that about 2 minutes ago, so she had to sit there and wait, and then these jokes came.
So yeah, this is super easy.
That I'm gonna just check on something else.
You check on something over there. Into this pot that we got over here, I'm just going to turn this onto medium-ish menu. Medium. C'est bon. We got about 3 cups of chicken stock. If you are vegetarian, you can use vegetable stock. I never use vegetable stock. So like even my veggie soups are not vegetarian soups because I prefer the taste of chicken stock or beef stock. Like when I'm making mushroom soup, I use beef stock. But veggie stock is valid. You are valid. Into this, we are putting...
What is invalid?
None of the soup stuff happening here. We are putting 2 cups of pumpkin puree into this. When I told you this was easy, I'm almost embarrassed. Like, I really am almost embarrassed.
It's maybe a short show.
It's not going to be a short show. I'll just make more drinks.
All right, we can do that.
Can you pass me maybe the little spatula so I can just get all this stuff out of here? And could you pull up my recipe, please?
Yes, I can do exactly that. Here we go, pumpkin soup. There's a lot of ingredients in this thing. For something you said that was quite...
Well, it's because there's a lot of...
spices?
Yeah, but not even that much.
Not even that much.
I want to say, like, there's a lot, but
well, I just know it because when I made and I made this little card. Oh, sorry, I made this little card.
Yes.
There was a lot of... I needed to make it actually bigger than I've ever made it.
Down.
What's wrong?
I over-whisked.
You over-whisk?
Well, I got excited and it jumped.
Oh.
So into this...
I've had that problem before.
We've got 1.5 teaspoons...
Oh, let me go here. Let me go... Boom!
1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder, onion powder, and ginger. We have 2 tablespoons of azúcar. This is why we don't want to use pumpkin puree, because we're adding sugar. And we're going to give that a little whiskey in here. I'm telling you, this is so easy. We're almost done. Can you pass me the salt and pepper, please?
Salt and pepper, I can do it design. There is your pepper.
Thank you.
And here is, oh, that's the coarse salt.
No, I have the fine salt there.
Yep.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Friends.
Romans, countrymen.
Almost done this part of the thing. We're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. Our Cambodian Kampot pepper. Thank you, Monique and Celesta and Mark.
But you mean, even when you're saying it's like making it, but the soup really should take still some while.
Oh, the soup is gonna. It's active.
You went and got these, and we never put them on.
I never put them on.
We never put these on. We always forget now. We took too much time off, I think.
Yeah, honestly, it's like we don't remember how to do anything.
We don't remember to do the show anymore. It's kind of funny.
Thanks for still tuning in. We're gonna do some salt in here.
A bit of salt.
Yeah, about a teaspoonish. And we're gonna bring this.
Hi, Ruby Rose.
Hi, Ruby Rose. We're gonna bring this to a boil. Now that I'm wearing my apron, I have to shout out Misty and Donata one more time for all of their apron photos.
Their apron craziness?
Their apron insanity. It was great. It really did inspire moi. Merci. So we got this going. We're gonna bring this up to a boil. I'm going to turn up the scary hot plate. I don't know if anybody else finds it scary or if it's just me. I just find it gets really hot.
I also think
really
there's got to be a point where, as a person who's running a cooking show, you got to stop being scared of the thing that cooks.
Well, no. If I don't think that's a fair statement to make,
well, why
because
not?
It's not like I don't use it. It's not
yeah,
like
but you
it's
always
not like I have
say
a
how much
but
scared you are.
It's not like I have a cooking show and I refuse to use the hot thing that gets too hot too quickly. I am just. It's not my favorite thing because I am aware of how quickly it gets warm. Can I have a wooden spoon, please?
Oh,
you get it, right?
Do you want? Which one do you want? Because I don't want to give you the one that's scary.
None of the wooden spoons are scary. They could be scary.
Whatever.
All right, we got some bubbling happening here.
Some boobling.
Some Michael
Bublé. Michael Bublé?
I knew you were going to say that.
Ruby Rose says she just used our apron to bake goodies. Well, that's why I had cookies all over mine.
We all share the collective apron. Super COVID friendly.
Exactly. That's how it spread.
What, aprons?
Aprons. Exclusively. It does look nice. And I love a good a squash soup.
Well, this isn't a squash. It's a pumpkin.
Well, a pumpkin is kind of a squash.
Pumpkins are gourds.
What's the difference between a gourd and a squash? You can't
Squash?
live next to a squash. No, what's the difference between a squash and a gourd?
I believe squash is part of the gourd. Squashes are gourds. But they're not just the only part of the gourd family.
Are you guessing? Are they from Mexico?
They are. No. Or they can be from wherever you grow them, Dan.
See, that's the correct answer. Yes, they can be from Mexico.
I don't know. Do they grow gourds in Mexico? This is something I am not familiar with. Just because.
I think it's a fairly sturdy thing. I think it can grow in almost any clime.
Any climb?
Any clime.
Any climb?
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Can I have a
cold climb or warmer climb?
Can I have a spoon, please? Like
How many spoons?
a regular. I want to taste what's
How many
happening.
spoons do you need from me?
I want to taste what's
That's a
happening
lot
with
of-
the salt.
This is mostly our relationship. Is you demanding various spoons from
That's
me?
really not it at all. Sometimes I give you a spoon.
You give me the finger, but not the spoon. How is it? It's a little more
I want
salt.
a little tiny bit more salt. Babaku.
What kind of flavor you're hoping for in this?
Pumpkin spicy flavor.
You want that pumpkin spice? No.
No.
You don't want it to be like a pumpkin
I don't want
pie.
it to be like sweet, like a pumpkin pie.
I love a good butternut squash soup.
But we put ginger in here, and there is sugar in here,
Yeah,
so
so-
like we're not making a sweet soup.
No.
But okay, so we've got some bubblies happening.
It's not boiling though.
It will be in a mo.
All right. Listen here, Mo Boily.
Mo boily.
Mo Boily, that's my gangster name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When I used to run the Mexican gang,
The Kahlua gang.
the Kahlua Gangsters. I was a Kahlua gangster. Right out of the hearts of Hawaii. Vera Cruz.
Yeah.
No, her sister Penelope. And their brother.
Can you tell we don't talk to anybody
Tom.
but each other anymore?
Oh.
Send help. Actually, Butterscotch Blondie. We spoke to her.
Yes.
We spoke.
And
to
it
her.
made us realize that actual people exist.
Yes.
I don't believe it anymore. I think there's a point in the quarantine where I'm actually like, you know how...
You feel like you might be the last man on earth?
No, I kind of have the, maybe under the impression that they never were there in the first place.
People?
Yeah, that maybe the first 52 years of my life were just a dream.
But I'm here.
But are you? Prove it.
Don't sploosh hot soup at Dan. Don't sploosh hot soup at Dan. It's bubbling now.
Well, that would prove the soup was here.
But who
And
would
I could be just doing that. I could just be. You could just
what
be
movie
me.
is this reminding me of now? What's that crazy movie with?
See that you're saying it's not real either.
Oy vey, you hurt my brain.
Which one of us knows more Yiddish?
We know different Yiddish. You somehow know Jehovah's Witness Yiddish. I don't understand how.
Talia
Right.
says she is a fiction of our imagination. Maybe we all live in a weird simulation. How would you know if it's weird,
This
though?
episode
maybe
is turning into like a
that's
Black
like
Mirror thing.
a perfectly normal simulation. That's what I think. As I think the simulation...
The situation?
The simulation situation is perfectly normal. So we don't notice. It's the Matrix, but
Wait, what was
without
this
all the
other-
Ray-Bans.
Wait, okay, what was the other show that was this whole simulation situation with the chip in the thing where you touch the thing and it... Oh, come on, you know what I'm talking about.
The
Don't
chip
look at me like
in
I'm
the
crazy.
thing, and you touch
There was,
the
was
thing.
it, didn't we watch a
I'm
sci-fi
sorry, your-
show
your-
where
your
like people
description
get
was
into
very
the...
vivid,
I know. They get into like... They go into a game. We watched some show...
They go into a game.
Into a simulation situation. Okay, my super...
Who are they?
The people on the show.
But,
To this. I've just turned the temperature down a little bit. A little bit. I'm totally sober, by the way. I don't know what's wrong with my
I was
face
going to go to the
today.
main camera for a bit there.
We're going to put in
Oh, now you put
1.5 cups of cream. Yeah, well, you didn't ask. You just did.
I know, but I just thought it'd be. I'll let it. Don't stir it yet. I want to come back. Here we go. Get ready for a stir.
I'm going to
fest.
stir crazy.
Oh, you see, there's almost like the White Russian. Where did I put my drink?
I really can't help you with that. Mine is here.
I know yours is there. I think I might have mine over here somewhere. Oh, there you are. Found you.
So, really?
I don't know what show you're talking about.
For all, I'm going to Google it at some stage when you take over.
And there's a game?
It was some sci-fi show where they go into a simulation, but isn't it like a chip in your head and you touch the thing and you go somewhere? Like now I look really stupid, but like I promise you we watched a show that is like this.
Do you know who's in it? You're hoping they'll save you. I'm gonna hide this in a second.
No, I don't remember who was in it. We've watched so much stuff over the course of like
I
everybody.
don't think we ever watched this. Though.
We did,
No.
and like now I don't even know how I'm gonna find it. Like I'm already thinking to myself, what do you need to Google to find out what the name of the show is?
Oh, I think the description you gave is perfectly.
Your face.
This is a bang-on description of what should we look up. You know, it's that show where the guy touches his finger on his head. Are you talking about Quantum Leap?
I'm not talking about Quantum Leap. All right.
Regular leap?
I'm pleased with this. I'm going to take it off of here because I'm going to need this for our croutons later. So I'm going to just transfer the soup to the stovetop. It doesn't mean I'm not going to continue to cook it. I'm going to keep it going for about 10 to 15 minutes or so. Also, taste it. Don't not taste your soup. So, like, if you want more pepper, go for it. You want more salt? Go for it. I am not the boss of your seasoning, right?
You want more pumpkin? Don't go for it. It's perfect amount. All right. Well, that's lovely. You know?
Yes, indeed.
That made me happy. I wouldn't want to put that out of the bag.
I was just going to slide that out of the
back there. I'll just
boop.
There we go.
And then I was also just going to go.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, I think it's time. You know, last season we introduced the world to Kingpin. I like this. Well, not we didn't introduce.
I was just
but on our show.
That's.
We introduced our show, our Kingpin on our show, and he was this one because he's such a wonderful world about him, where he lives in the world of the old, and but not in the gross racist way.
Okay. So he's got vintage style, but not vintage values.
Exactly.
Yes?
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
And we got to see some cool things around. He keeps around the hideaway. We learned about uranium glass.
Which is closing.
We learned about victory ties.
Yes.
But
also on our channel, we learned about some other naughty things, but we just don't show them at the Sancassette.
It's true. We have shown them on the After Dark.
Yes.
In fact, they're all vibrators. They're all vibrators.
Pretty much all vibrators.
But last season, he gave us a cliffhanger. We had a cliffhanger, and I didn't know how it was going to resolve. He told us he had a time machine, and he ended up in 1920-something. The exact date, 1920-something.
Look it up.
It's very important. Charlie was born. We get the end of that adventure. He went back. Whatever shall he do?
Let's find out.
On the next episode of In the Hideaway.
In the Hideaway.
With Kingpin.
Kingpin, I found you!
Ava! Ava, you found me!
I did! Oh my goodness! I'm so glad I found you!
I'm so glad you found me.
Everything is crazy, Kingpin.
I've been trapped here in the past.
The pandemic is still happening.
How's everything going back at the hideaway?
It's horrible.
My goodness. I was just trying to demonstrate the time machine and I've been trapped here.
We've had to close the hideaway.
You know what? Don't worry. I've been establishing some outposts.
Outposts? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, come on. I'll show you what I mean.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, yeah, we totally have to put on our masks to go back to the future. Kingpin, take my hand. Let's go. Oh, woo.
Did we make it back?
I don't know. Are we in the right place?
Oh, yeah, we are.
Oh, okay, let's go.
So if I did this right, it should work. Come on.
Okay. Come on, let's go.
Here we are.
Oh, we're here. Look at it. Wow. There it is, Kingpin's Hideaway. You know, Kingpin, it's really sad that the Hideaway has to close.
I know. You know what would help?
What's that?
A really mega milkshake.
Oh! Kingpin milkshakes do make everything better.
Kiss her. Oh, Kingpin made it back. But the sad...
Just in time to close the Hideaway.
Yeah, the sad news is that the Hideaway... Well, the location that we've always known the Hideaway to be has closed. But the Hideaway is not closed.
Well...
The Hideaway still exists.
Oh, the Hideaway will still exist.
It still exists in a variety of different places. He's saying he's going to have a lot of these kiosks in antique shops or antique malls around the world, around the Toronto area. Plus, he was telling me about at a storage place where he's going to be taking appointment only shopping. Appointment only shopping? That would go with that? Sure, let's go with that. Where you can still enjoy all of the best parts.
You know what's really sad though?
What?
Toronto just went. What's actually really sad is that we in Montreal have not followed suit. But Toronto's closed right now. Like they're closed. There's no retail. There's no nothing. So the Hideaway is only technically moving, I think, at the end of December. But our retail will be closed. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's the thing. We can't with the numbers that we've been putting up. We got to take care of each other.
Yeah. Okay. So here's an unofficial.
Getting scoldy.
I'm not getting scoldy.
Scoldy Han.
I'm not scoldy Han. But I want to ask an unofficial question.
Let me know when you ask an official one.
Well, no, the official ones are actually written on a thingy and we bring them up. I want to ask an unofficial question.
Oh, and
because we've got people from all over the country, if not perhaps all over the world.
Yeah.
But we definitely have people from all across Canada watching. How do you feel about how where you live is handling things right now? Because I know there's a bunch of Montrealers watching right now, and I think we can all agree that this willy-nilly approach is foolish, and I'm trying not to use swear words. And I know Toronto just locked down, from what I understand. So how do you feel? Do you feel that things are being handled quote unquote properly where you live, or do you think it's a massive shit show and there is no rhyme or reason to anything anymore, and you just drink yourself silly all the time?
And Emma Jean over on Twitch is asking us, remember the show we did at Kingpin's?
Oh, yes.
No, you don't.
Oh, I do.
Oh, do you?
Oh, I do.
Because you fell asleep for a lot of it.
No, I didn't fall asleep for a lot of it. Was that the... All right, I'm speaking directly to Imogen. Was that the night that I did the show at the weed bar first?
Why didn't you ask me? I was there too.
No, I'm asking Imogen. I can talk to you every day.
Yeah, but I know the answer.
No, No,
there was a fire.
There was a fire?
There was a fire? I wasn't there when there was a fire.
I performed there twice. I'm trying. Did I cause the fire?
Well, you are hot. Maybe that's why.
We also did the Shameful Tiki or something.
You lit a prop on fire.
No, I lit my flash paper on fire. But I was afraid of lighting all of the Hideaway on fire. That's what happened that night. I ate a weed cookie, I had flash paper, and I didn't realize how tightly packed in everyone was.
Well, I think that was the one thing. I know it's doing stand-up, especially too in Toronto. There's a lot of shows in weed rooms. Or before the legal weed in Canada, there was all these great weed rooms in Toronto. And I did so many stand-up shows in weed rooms, and some of them are good, and some of them are just a really bunch of stoned people.
Flash paper is a prop. Yes, but it's a prop that's meant to be on fire. I have also almost lit myself on fire. I am not meant to be on fire. Exactly. But yes, fair play. Flash paper is a prop. You are right.
So you lit the flash paper on fire.
I lit first of all, for anyone who's never been to...
If you don't light it on fire, it's just called paper. Yeah.
But for anyone who's never been to Kingpin's, the Hideaway was brilliant because it was not massive, but packed with so much amazing stuff. So much amazing stuff.
Yeah, in a very tight area.
And it's tight. It's small, and I always found performing there a little bit intimidating because you're literally this close to the people that you're getting naked in front of, and it's just wow, I can't hide. There's no. But
it was one of the places where I felt it suited that environment.
It did, but as someone who, again, I wasn't. Everybody's got a first time at everything, right? So the first time I was there, I was like, "Oh, this is very intimate." And yeah, I brought flash paper, and then all of a sudden it dawned on me that there's a lot of really, really amazing stuff in there that I could potentially light on fire. So yeah, there was a fire, and then I think I went into the back room and just like had to get close to the floor.
Yeah,
when my wheat cookie hit,
I came back at one point.
I wasn't asleep. I was just on the floor. I just
But you were also. I think you and somebody else had agreed that was a good thing to do, and just ended up like I came in and you were like just spooning something like it was the most adorable like.
Well, there was
adult adorable.
Well, because we got paid at the weed gig, but I think I bought a weed cookie, and then the girl who owned the venue gave me a weed cookie. So like there was just a lot of weed cookies, and then I think Imogen and I might have taken a cab to the venue to the next gig, and like I ate the whole weed cookie in the cab, and everyone was like, "You ate the whole thing?" And I'm like, "Oh, sorry." So yeah, it was a fun night though. I do remember it.
You got away from your question though, which
my question was, how do you feel that?
How do you feel? I know the answer, but at this point, I gotta feel I gotta set you up.
I feel it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ludicrous what's happening in Montreal right now.
Like the rapper?
Ludicrous.
Like from Fast and the Furious?
Like from Too Fast, Too Furious.
He's actually not in that.
Yeah, I think it's bad. I think it's really stupid. I think this idea of our premier telling us that between the 24th and the 27th we're allowed to gather in groups of 10 or less, but please only do it twice, not like 6 times. I'm like, it's going to be really bad. Like January is going to be really bad in Quebec.
At what point do you feel like they've just surrendered to the fact that they have screwed this up so badly that I feel like they're trying to kill us all to get rid of the evidence?
Well, no, maybe it's just the Anglos. Maybe they just.
I don't know what it is, but and I'm not saying that it's just a Quebec thing. I think it's a worldwide thing. They're just like, oh, we did not handle this correctly.
No, but I think like where I'm getting pissed off now
is get rid of the evidence.
It's not going anywhere, and like I'd like to think that, for example, like, and I can only speak about Quebec. We had some months. Like during summer when kids were off of school, where they could have been like pulling some really smart people together to figure out how to, as a province, embrace distance learning, embrace online stuff. There was a bunch of, again, there are smart people out there who could have been called to consult on this. And here we're going into December. No. There's been no mention. Part of me is like, why don't they just extend the Christmas break until the end of January? Mm-hmm. Like just extend it. Like they're keeping retail open for shopping, for the economy, and I understand that money has to come from somewhere, but like it's just dumb.
No, I'm just saying really... she feels the worst is worse for teachers. She feels the worst for teachers. Lockdown is better than not. Folks were being, I'm assuming that's folks or folks.
Folks.
Oh, okay, folks. Okay. We're being increasingly irresponsible. Do I agree with how the premier's handled things? Nope, such a mess. I think that's a thing. I think Maria summed it up so eloquently. Fustercluck. Which is not only a correct viewpoint, but just an adorable way of doing it.
Yes. Ariane Boucher, you're all right.
Yeah, so it's and that's the whole thing. I just feel like I watch so much news. I watch so much information. I watch everything from the actual news to magazine information news,
Twitter
to comedy style news, to all the social media news, and I don't feel like there's any consistent messaging. And that's because somehow in all of this, we've somehow politicized
mask wearing and
science, basic science.
But I think it's also,
it's like some point you're going to go, if you believe that gravity is a force that is.
No, I think
then you are a Democrat.
Not to get super, political sciencey about it. Like it's we have decentralized government, and as a result, like I can understand why we don't have a national response plan because so much of the intricacies of what need to go into this are provincial jurisdiction, education, healthcare, blah 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 blah. But at least pretending to have some kind of effing concerted plan that at least the feds could maybe give to the provinces and say, here's what we're recommending, maybe do this, might help And I think that's
Well, Maria Boucher has also just said that her dad is as a doctor specializing in crisis management. He wrote the Ministère de la Santé, which is the health ministry, if you don't speak French, to offer help and never got a call back. I'm just going to ask, did he put his phone number in the email?
Mais je suis choquée, moi. Je suis pas choquée.
And, you know,
you
never know. You never know. And I don't mean to make a joke. It sucks. It's stupid. It's ridiculous.
But so many people, I think, offered help. And I understand that for us, the lay people, we don't necessarily all understand that, like, things don't just happen because we want them to happen and whatever. But there's, and again, I keep saying very bright people, very, very educated people in public policy, in healthcare policy, in education and whatever, that were not consulted. And I mean, I can only speak for this province. I find that
you said are you expecting to be consulted?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no.
You said we're not consulted. I wasn't like...
No.
Oh, we're not consulted.
No, those...
I literally thought we're W-E apostrophe
we are not
R.
being... No, I don't think the government should consult me on anything. I really don't.
And I love you to pieces, but I was going to say...
No, public policy is not my...
Not really
your forte.
But if they want to know how to do a proper bump...
Oh, I wasn't sure who they should call, which bump you were referring to.
I'm just saying if that's what I did.
I know, but when you said that they should call me if they want to do a bump, I was confused.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Of course you do.
Do you need some sexy?
Oh, I definitely need some sexy. I need tons of sexy these days.
That was a very serious conversation.
Yes.
And I think coming through on the other side of that, I think...
We need a palate cleanser?
A palate cleanser, but I can only handle it for only 1 minute. Any longer, it may seem like it's overdoing it.
Gratuitous, even.
Any shorter, it may not satiate the need for sexy that I feel currently. How about you?
I feel the need.
The need?
I feel the need.
The need for tweed?
No.
Oh, okay.
The need for a sexy woman who eats food.
Oh, wait, I wasn't ready. You set it up and I wasn't...
I feel the need.
Yeah, wait. Well, really? About what?
I feel the need.
For what? Do you feel the need?
I feel the need for a sexy woman who eats food.
For 1 minute! Butterscotch Blondie! Eating food for 1 minute with pumpkin pecan pie. She brought us one.
She brought us one. It's very tasty.
I love pumpkin pie.
We have pumpkin everything today.
Or squash. She called it walnut squash.
No, she said, yeah, it's a pecan squash pie, maybe? Possibly because hers was fresh and I'm using canned stuff. But it's delicious.
Very good. Little candy pecans at the top.
Also, it was lovely to see your masked face. I'm going to stop because we have so much pumpkin.
We have so much pumpkin. Put that right here.
Yep.
There we go. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so that is Butterscotch Blondie.
And her pie.
And her pie.
And her creamy pie.
Creamy pie.
You're disgusting.
What? I don't know who writes those.
You tell him.
You don't think...
Vulgaire, ma'am.
I thought that was... well, I only respond to the material I'm given. If you don't want to infer vulgarity, you won't get vulgarity.
Okay.
Let me tell you what's going on. Normally when we do the show, we have a little, where is it? A little board that we write all the notes. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. And
have a running order of the show, you know, the way a professional show works.
And we do that every week. And for some reason, we just realized literally as the camera was going to come on that we had forgotten to do it.
At about literally 4:59.
Yeah. So we're just trying to remember all the parts of the show. And this is why we're saying a little bit, it feels like we took too long off because now that we don't have even that little crutch.
We have fallen out of rhythm.
Out of rhythm. I've used the rhythm method before. It is
fascinating rhythm.
It is not reliable.
That's why you gave me the wedding present that you did.
What?
Nothing. Nothing.
It really sounded like I gave you an abortion for a
No,
wedding present.
No. That took a very strange turn.
Well, I refer to the rhythm method.
Yes.
Which is having sex, right?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe I that's why you said you gave me a present. I don't know. I just to me that made sense.
It's all right, and my thing made sense to me too.
And in all fairness, I still don't get your joke. Oh, okay, I get it now. Karate fingers. Hey, Donata's here. Hello, Donata. Nice to see you. Cool. What are we doing now?
You were going to make a cocktail for me.
Oh, shall we do that? You want to do that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Let me get this here.
My hair is getting really long.
So we earlier in the show, we made the regular White Russian. You want to just, rinse off your glass.
I'm rinsing off my glass, and I am pulling up and I'm going to pull up the ingredients.
Now, there are a few ways of making a White Russian pumpkin spice. The simplest way, now don't do that yet.
Okay.
Don't want that yet.
Okay.
The simplest way, which is what we're going to do, is we are going to, now normally the basic ingredient recipes that I come across, I did a bunch of research and tried a few things out, was simply add pumpkin spice, the mix of pumpkin spice. Of course, everybody knows if you don't know what pumpkin spice is, there's not any pumpkin in it whatsoever. It is all the ingredients that go into giving pumpkin pie its flavor. So it's allspice, cinnamon, ginger, sugar, all of these beautiful little spices, clove, blah, blah. That's what you add to it to give it the pumpkin spiciness. Now, almost all the pumpkin spice White Russians just say one of two ways of getting it. Either add this to the drink. That seems fairly basic. Or the other one, which we tried to do, and I was interested in trying it, which was find a pumpkin spice flavored creamer. You can get a lot of those sort of different flavored creamers.
Oh, like something international.
International delights or whatever. So we tried to find those, did not work. But we are going to do it a little bit differently, and I think this is my way of doing it, which is a little bit more interesting. And we are going to make not a very thick, but we're going to whip the cream a little bit with the pumpkin spice in it.
Oh, clever.
So, but we're not going to, but I still want to keep it a liquidy texture, but we're going to thicken it just a bit.
Cool.
And we're going to do that, of course, with a shaker tin. So everything else about this drink is identical to what we made. Now you can put the ingredient list up if you'd like.
Thank you.
While I go grab some ice. So everything about this is the exact same as it was before. We're still going to use 2 parts vodka. We're still going to use 1 part Kahlua. We're still going to use some cream, but we are going to do it a slightly different way. Now, other recipes that I've seen were put all of the ingredients into a shaker tin, including the pumpkin spice, and you'll get that result. I don't want to do that. I want to still keep that sort of interesting visual appeal that the White Russian has.
Could you have, just out of curiosity and not because I'm trying to screw you up, could you have just rimmed your...
I was going to say that. Well, I mean, again, that's eventually what I was going to do is also rim the glass, but I also think, we can do that, but I'm going to sprinkle it in, and we're also going to use some cinnamon as our stir sticks for this drink.
Oh,
So I'm going to
so
have
festive.
them. Yes, it's a lovely little festive drink. So,
If I knew you were going to do that, I would have bought you the longest cinnamon sticks.
well, it's okay. Now you know you messed up.
Nathan Goldman enjoys liquidy textures and wants you to rim it.
Well,
Just saying.
that's why he's not a very good comedian. Now, we are going to start off, again, with our drink. As I said before, this has a sort of a specific way that it should be built. We're going to start by adding our vodka. So 2 ounces of
Just going to check
vodka
on
of your
something over
choice.
there.
We are using, of course, I'm just going to go overhead here.
Tito's.
We're using the Tito's. The Tito's, or I guess you're going to go this way. I know, but I did it already, so it's okay. We're using the Tito's. And to that, we're going to add 1 ounce of the Kahlua. So let's flip that over. We go 1 ounce. Not holding that bottle very well. And we're going to go another ounce. Boop. Let that go in there. Now, we're going to just set these aside. We're going to come back to this, and we're going to go into our tin. Now, as I said, in this tin, we are going to go and add a little bit of our cream. Now, we did this earlier in the... we made... remember for what cocktail we made whipped cream for?
We did it in a shaker.
We did it in a shaker cup. We've also made it in a tin. Now, whipped cream, most people, if you ever need a fast way, a great simple way to make whipped cream, your average shaker tin, I find, is literally the best way. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that. We are going to add a bar spoon, like so, of our pumpkin spice. Maybe just a smidgy more there. Oop. And I'm going to take a smidge of sugar. Where's the sugar go? There's a sugar bowl here. Yeah, just a little bit of sugar.
Oh, that's not.
Oh, it's a little bar spoon of sugar. That's all right. That's all right. I got it. We can handle that. I can handle.
Okay.
Got it. I just need one of those. I'm just going to grab the torch. Actually, not one.
The torch is right there. You know, I've got white sugar. If you
It's all right. We'll be good. I don't need the sugar.
We probably don't.
We probably don't need the sugar. There's a fair amount in there, so we're going to add that. Actually, we're going to just give it a splash, tiny splash of the Kahlua.
Of Hula
To
Kahlua
keep it
from
a
Hawaii.
little sweet. That's what I want. I just want to add a little sweetness to that.
That Hawaiian beverage.
The Hawaiian Kahlua in Hawaii. I don't think that it seems like such a stretch. Hawaii Kahlua, and I think I can see Mexico in this, but I can also see Hawaii in that little picture. And that font is very Hawaiian to me. Just going by the designer's eye. All right, so now that we have our, we are going to go main cam. We are going to just give this a nice little shake. You can feel, you don't want to, again, we don't want to create a thick whipped cream, so we're not going too hard. Normally I would go a lot harder if I was trying to turn it into whipped cream. But we're going to give that like so. I'm just going to...
It's a soft whip.
Oh, smell that.
Mmm. Pumpkin-y.
Pumpkin-y. I think that could go a little bit thicker. Now we're going to... There we go. Oh, yeah, that's going to be perfect. All right, so now what we want to do, we're going to bring that drink and go back overhead for me, please.
Pardon me?
Go back overhead.
Back overhead? Yes, I can.
And we are now just going to pour that right over the back of our bar spoon to get the boom. Beautiful.
It's interesting. It's reacting to the beverage differently.
Mm-hmm.
Like now that you've
It's a little
shaken
frothier.
it's frothier, and it's also, I don't know if you guys can see this. I almost want to get in here
With the fly cam?
with the fly cam that's
Oh,
plugged.
unplug it? Yeah, yeah. Should be good.
Here, you know how to do this
All
better
right,
than me.
switch it
I'm gonna
over.
switch it over. I just want people to watch it like that's. It's like the polar ice caps melting or something.
Here we go. So now you can sort of see that happening, and that's really good because then what we want to be able to do is take that in there and give it that. You still want to have a little bit of that dark at the bottom, and that is now your pumpkin spiced White Russian.
Que c'est beau, main cam. Here we come.
Here you go. You take that.
I'll
Oh,
this,
you take that. And I'm going to take this. And we're just going to give that a nice little stir. We will still want to keep a little bit of that separation. So we got that perfectly. You see a little bit of that brown along the bottom. I felt like I stirred it too much last time.
No, and I like mine well combined.
But give it a taste first before you combine it. Ooh, that does give it a something.
Gives it a something. I was pleased with it before. So like to me, this is just a different flavor palette that tastes as good.
I think the thing is, I think it always comes down to the concept of the pumpkin spice. Do you like pumpkin pie? Pumpkin pie is absolutely one of my favorite pies. I would say apple pie is number one. Pumpkin is a very, very close second.
And I don't think I grew up in a house where we had like, I don't know, do Jews eat pumpkin pie? Like we don't do Christmas, we don't technically do Thanksgiving, so I don't think I had a pumpkin pie until I was like into my 20s or something like that.
But I didn't celebrate those either, and I still have pumpkin pie.
You know what, that's fair. That's totally fair. I always forget that. I mean, I don't actually forget it, but...
but I like this. This is, I kind of, because I love the pumpkin spice. It's
See, and here's where I'm perplexed, and maybe I sound like a real bitch.
No,
but
I'm just going to get a little bit of that.
But like...
Mix into it.
Somebody made us pumpkin spice something recently, and to me it really was just like spice cake. It was like the normal, like I grew up in the 80s, I was born in the 70s, like there was no pumpkin spice. It was just like if you had a pumpkin pie, there was spice that you put in the pie, but you use the same spice profile for like apple cinnamon muffins and like a spice cake or whatever. So I don't know when, like, I'm not a huge pumpkin fan, ironically.
Just want to do it properly here for me.
Regardless of, what the episode is, but like, recently when I tasted something that someone called pumpkin spice, I was like, this isn't pumpkin spice, it's just spice. Like, it's just holiday spice. It's not necessarily pumpkin.
Yeah.
And in this...
Desserty, warm dessert spice.
Yeah, and like in this cocktail, I understand we're calling it the pumpkin spice White Russian because the spice blend you used is a pumpkin spice blend, but there's no pumpkin in here. It's misleading.
No, there is no. It is the spice.
It's the spice that you use on the pumpkin, but you use that spice on the
in all
other
fairness,
stuff.
I said that at the beginning. But I do like, what I like about this is I think that adding a little bit of cinnamon in here and that little bite of the ginger and that adds to this style of drink, that creamy drink.
Well, to me, it just feels more like a holiday beverage now than it did an hour
I like
ago.
this. I think this is a nice little...
I don't hate it. I'm not mad at it.
No, I quite enjoy that.
Ooh, Imogen's talking about some maple spice coffee. Delish.
It's divine. Well, then it's appropriate for me. Probably the same spice blend.
I'm not to put my soup in my cocktail. They'll all mix together in the belly.
What are people also saying? Let's just take a quick gander.
Nathan Goldman's saying a lot.
Nathan Goldman is talking, and that's always a good thing. We got a follow from Breathe Your Last. Thank you very much, Breathe Your Last. Welcome to the show. Donata loves pumpkin pie. Never ate it growing up, but love it as an adult. See, to me as a kid, it was just, I also love that texture, that sort of, I love Jello. Jello was my favorite dessert as a child, and I feel that pumpkin pie has that sort of pudding, it's like firm pudding texture.
Okay, but...
I was never a cake fan. I never liked cake.
I don't like sweets, and like I'm not such a sweets fan in general. I'm
going for more texture is the concept I'm thinking. But what I'm saying, that the breadiness of cake, that sort of specific type of crumb texture, never been a fan. Never. I love the puddings and the puddings. I sound like Bill Cosby all of a sudden. The puddings and the pies. Zweeble dabble.
I don't know if we're allowed to do that reference anymore.
He still talked like a nonsense person.
You did talk like
Either
a nonsense
way,
Well, he was a nonsense person.
He was a nonsense person.
There you go. We're talking about him like he's dead, which he probably should be.
No, but I think it's I always, to me that was a big part of it, is that sort of that puddingy, creamy texture. I really loved it. But
to me that's, and maybe this is a stupid thing to say.
My mother makes a great pumpkin pie.
Your mother makes delicious stuff. Hint, hint, Maureen. But But isn't
What are you
all
hinting
but
at?
like that I want goodies in the mail because it's Christmas season.
She always sends
I
Christmas
know.
goodies.
I'm waiting. I'm excited.
I want mincemeat tarts.
Yeah, I know you want your mincemeat pies, and this year I think I'm going to start sending out treats. I really do.
I think maybe what we should do is I should also see if my mom will send me her recipe, and maybe we'll see if we can put her recipe. The
Oh, that
mincemeat
would be
tarts,
fun. Yeah,
because they're so good, and they're my favorite thing.
I would love that. Also, is now a good time to talk about my plan? Or should we
Is
do
now
that?
a good time? I threw a little bit later. I
Okay,
think we can
we'll
go
do
a
that
little bit later. I think now.
What are we going to do now?
Well, now's a good time for you to. Do you want to do? What's your sandwich? You're not gonna do. I think we should listen to some music.
Let's listen to some music then.
This
This is what happens when we don't actually write our schedule down. We just.
But what you're seeing right now is the raw creative thinking prowess.
Yeah,
This is what it's like
the-
inside of our heads.
it's the man behind the
Only
curtain.
it's more echoey.
Hello.
After Chef Dugan, I think. No, Chef Dugan was
I
Chef
call
Dugan
him
was our
photography.
first contributor, our first cast member.
Yep.
Then it was Galadriel,
Yep.
and then I think this person was our third one.
Yep. And now all part of the Stir Crazy fam.
All the stir crazy crew.
Crazies.
The stir crazy crew.
Crazies.
Oh, Mr. Sean Colton is here.
Hello, Sean Colton.
And how he did is he put out some amazing music videos for his album, The Great Indoors.
Hmm?
And he did a whole slew of music videos. And they were so good that we just kept putting them on.
And it also just lined up so well with our timing. His creativity,
Yeah.
our time, it just seemed to be on
Every
a similar
week there was
calendar.
a brand new music video. It was fantastic. It gave us, I think he ended up doing about 12 or something like that, about 8 to 12 around there.
There was a few.
So it was kind of good. And it became the thing that inspired us to add music as a regular portion of the show. And so when we decided we want to try this new idea for season 2, which is we're calling our couch concerts.
Couch concerts.
So we're reaching out to all of our amazing musician friends, whoever wants to be part of the show and can record a video of them performing.
Kind of
something.
like MTV Unplugged, but couch concerts. You know.
Yeah, I've never watched that, so that's lost on me.
You've never watched,
No.
you've never heard any of the MTV Unplugged like CDs, like the Nirvana Unplugged CD, or like any of.
Yeah, but that's not in his couch. That's at a
But it was
it's at a concert.
Yeah, okay.
Am I not right? Am I not wrong with that?
No, but it was unplugged. It was less like it's like more chill.
But in the end run, in order for him to record, he would still have to plug something in. Right? I mean, I'm just saying that's how technology works. So, ladies and gentlemen, sorry, stir crazies. Everybody.
Who has ears?
The one, the only.
It's beginning to look a lot like nothing everywhere you go. Snow is gathering on the ground, but gatherings aren't allowed. And don't get me started on mistletoe. It's beginning to look a lot like nada. Finally a break. Forget dinner with the folks and your uncle's racist jokes and all those smiles you fake. So if anyone comes down the chimney this year, you should probably call the police. With folks only hanging their socks by the fire when the dryer's been broken for weeks. And no more teaching boys and girls that strangers laps of seats. Mall Santas are gross. It's beginning to look a lot like winter. On that we can agree. But with no brutal waits in line, or spending money that isn't mine, is a gift to me.
Boom! Ben Cardini!
And Alicia will talk.
Also, that was our Ben sent us 3 songs. They're all Christmas inspired or holiday inspired.
I dig it. It's
And so you'll be getting more of them over the next couple of weeks.
Isn't like American Thanksgiving kind of technically the kickoff for holiday season?
It is. It is.
Should be like Diwali or something like that, but it's not. It's American Thanksgiving.
Yes. Yeah. So Ben Cardilli is beginning to look like something, which I think is hilarious to me. I think it is. It's a lot like something. I will say he doesn't say the letter K in the word like. Just something I noticed.
Thank you for your deep insights.
every
Ben
now and then I come up with something I think is really truly inspiring.
It's very insightful.
This is
I feel smarter.
This is how the world changes, not with a bang, but with the offhand rhetorical comment.
Yeah. Want to make some grilled cheese croutons?
I do want to make that. Sounds like a delicious
Well,
thing.
you know what? It's kind of a misnomer because really all we're doing is we're making 2 fancy grilled cheeses that we're going to cut into croutons.
Whoa.
And then we're going to put them in our soup.
You're going to put some grilled cheese in your soup?
I got some butter here. We're just going to butter.
So instead of having a grilled cheese and soup, you're making croutons,
I'm making croutons that are going to
little grilled cheese
little
sandwiches?
grilled cheese sandwiches that are going to
What? Why has that not been a thing my entire life?
It's a thing now. Watch it happen.
Has anybody else had this idea? Is this a brand new idea? I have never heard this before. You kept talking about these croutons, but it didn't somehow
register that I'm making a grilled cheese sandwich.
Well, yeah. This is a good thing.
But this is also a good way to look fancier than you really are, because when I said grilled cheese crouton, I'm sure everyone was like, "Damn, Elle, you fancy!" And I'm like, "Bitches, it's a grilled cheese sandwich." But if you say I am crout, and put it in your sandwich and your soup, then people think.
I think if you're going to do
fans.
this way, you have to say "I am crout."
But do you say it like as you serve the soup, or do you say it as you make the croutons?
I think there has to be 3 occurrences.
I am crout.
Once as you're making, once as you're serving, and preferably to someone who doesn't know why the hell you're doing it. So, because I think that's always funny is when people.
You love rando.
I love looking like an idiot. I think it's funny when I'm looking stupid and nobody can understand why, and I think that's funny.
That gives me anxiety. Isn't it weird that we're married?
Oh, that's just the funniest thing to me.
That gives me anxiety. Can you pass me a frying pan, please?
Yes.
Thanks. So I'm just buttering one side of these 4 pieces of the most white bread. Because...
It's not Wonder.
Friends, it might as well be Wonder. We just don't sell Wonder in Quebec. We sell Palm sandwich bread. But I love, for those of you who think
Nathan said, why aren't all croutons grilled cheese croutons?
Thank you. Well, for those of you who think I'm fancy, I love that about you. It's really not true. I am not so fancy. I love me a grilled cheese. The fact that I'm not so fancy. So
I see what you're doing. You know what the trick I always learned about the buttering both sides? Don't butter both sides.
I'm not buttering both sides. I'm buttering the sides that are going to go down. I'm not.
But let me finish what I'm saying.
Put mayo on the other side?
No. Well, I do that myself, but I put the butter in the pan.
I'm going to trust me, I'm still going to put butter in the pan.
Oh, you're putting so much more butter.
Not so much more.
I think you're using more butter. I don't know if we're trying to, this is a pandemic.
I don't really know what your point is.
I'm gonna go overhead on you.
Okay, so what we've got happening here. Actually, I want more provolones. Do I have more provolones?
Okay, so I'll see if there is more.
Please. I've got provolone here and some crumbled goat's cheese. So we're gonna put. We buttered this one side of the bread. I'm gonna throw.
Turkey, does that count?
I don't want to. No, there's cheese. Is there? I know there is. Here, you talk to the people.
Oh, hi, people.
Hi.
Yeah. So we got these little tiny dudes. What
Those
are these?
are crumbled goat's cheese.
Oh, crumbled. I thought they were nerds.
No, they do look like cheese nerds, though.
They do look like...
I'm a bit of a cheese nerd. Here, hold on. I'm actually going to use a little bit more because I did not...
What do you got? Oh, you got more feta?
No, it's goat cheese.
It's goat cheese.
These are little goat cheese, crumbled goat cheese.
So how small are these goats, then?
They're the smallest goats.
Like, are these... It's like 1 curd per goat?
These are actually really yummy. Love it.
Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad.
And then, what we're going to do...
Oh, I see what you're doing here.
I'm short 1. So
short one?
Yeah, I'm short 1.
Well, theoretically, they're
That's
going on
okay.
each other.
Okay. These are so cheesy.
They're going to be super cheesy.
These are super cheesy.
All right.
Okay.
So let me get that. Let me take care of that.
Okay, hold on. I was just gonna. All I was gonna do was this.
All right.
This.
I know, but they can't see that. That's
I know
why.
they can't, but I'm putting butter into the
a pan.
on the scary thing.
All right. Let me get that out of here.
Thank you.
Put this here.
I'm just gonna give this soup a little stir-ski.
Here we go.
I probably just
look at
accidentally
that.
doubled up on the provolone, but I'm all for it.
I saw what you did there. I saw how that was intended to be.
Yeah. It should have been 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, but again.
It was supposed to be what? A 1 and 1.
1 and 1.
A 1 and 1. A 1 and 1.
A 1 and 1.
A 1 and 1.
That's not where I was going at all. I was going more 1 and 1.
Where can you purchase crumbled goat cheese from a crumbled goat?
I purchased that. Is it someone in Montreal asking that question?
It's Joseph Schmula.
Joseph Schmula. I bought that today at IGA. And
Or
it's
IGA.
It's actually it was a generic. Hold on, let me tell you what it is. I will tell you. It is here. Sensation or Sensations brand.
From IGA.
Original goat cheese crumbles. These are great in salad also. It's easy. It's just I love it.
I'm coming back to it. I think adding the pumpkin spice to the White Russian
Changed it for
really
you?
adds something.
Okay.
I wish I would have got the whipped cream a little bit whippier,
Thicker?
a little thicker. But I think for that also, if you're trying to do it and you feel it's not working with the shaker tin, if you have one of those shaker cups with a little metal ball in
the
it.
protein shaker cups.
With a little metal wire ball.
These ones.
Then that works as well.
Um.
Nathan said Walmart you can get it at.
Yeah, man.
Because that's
a fancy place.
It is. So we're making grilled cheese sandwiches that we're going to make into croutons.
What we're going to do,
I'm going
to just get that going a little bit hotter. It's almost there. C'est presque là. On est presque arrivé, mes amis.
While we're doing that, do you want to play a game? Or do you
I just want to all we're going to do.
Why don't you do that? We'll play a game afterwards. We got lots of time to play a game.
Can I have a spatula, please?
Yeah, of course you can.
And spatula.
There you go.
And we're going to turn that up a little bit. And what I'm going to try to do, because we're making croutons out of these, is eventually we're going to smoosh them a little bit more intensively than we probably would.
We're going to press them?
Or smoosh them.
If that's the case, I use
the burger press?
Yeah, well, no, we'll use the burger press. That's plastic. But I would use something like that.
Yeah, I'm just going to wait. I think they should start cooking a little bit.
Or actually, you know what we do have? That's the big pan. So we could probably get away with pressing them with this. Is that?
No, that's not going to press. I got this.
Okay, I'm trying to help.
I'm
trying to stretch. We have more show than we have content.
No, we don't. And also, I could still press with this.
You could still press.
I could still press with that.
I was trying to, but I have the smaller thing with it. I'm trying to cover both of those things.
We're just. I want it to start to brown on the bottom before I even bother flipping
So
it
let's
over.
make some sandwiches.
We're making
let
some
those
sandwiches.
set. I'm gonna
give that a stir. Do you want to taste that?
I'm just gonna taste that soup.
Tell me what's going on with that.
Let's go to main cam.
I was just.
You're so good. You're so good.
Look at me go.
Let's go.
Tell me if that makes you happy in your.
Oh, that is delicious. Mmm.
Is anybody else cooking along?
Oh, that's so good.
I know Alicia wanted to.
Do you know what this would also be really good?
In my cocktail?
No, I'm thinking if you added a little bit of curry to it, it'd be really nice. But as it stands, this exact recipe is absolutely beautiful, and with a cheesy little element to it. And what I like is you've chosen provolone, and so provolone just gives that super creamy aspect, but then the sharpness of the goat cheese
is going to cut the
creamy. It's going to cut the salty and the creamy in this.
Mama knows what's going on.
Yeah, no, that's really delicious. Yeah, I like that a lot.
I'm just going to give these guys a little bit of a swoop, swoop, swoop. Stay there.
All right.
You're good, woman. In my next house, I'm gonna have like a diner style. Yeah, I want a flat top so badly.
Oh yeah.
Ay, stop.
A griddle.
Can I just show you? No, I can't. I don't think
Well,
I
you
can.
can. I go overhead. You can show them.
No, I was going to show them. I just stuck my. I've not had a good week with hot pans. I have a.
Well, as far as hot pans go,
I just touched this one too.
You're attracted to them, and
but I'm not normally bad like that. Like I'm normally.
Well, I like to think nobody really is bad. Normally, like that's not the normal for anybody.
Well, I can't get to it, but no, some people are accident prone. I touch wood again, poo 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 in Jewish. Like I tend to not have a lot of kitchen mishaps. I've been very fortunate, but I just had one live.
I'm sorry, we'll let you do that.
Yeah, thank you. And this does have to come down. You're right. It's too hot.
But
okay, but now I'm.
You're gonna do it.
Stop looking at me.
Take it off of the heat for a second.
Don't look at me. I want to be alone.
Right.
No, it's too hot. This thing is too hot. And sorry, more butter. Loose to burn.
But again, when I do mine, I like to start at a very low heat and just let it.
Well, I did that, and then I was worried that we were gonna be cooking grilled cheese until everybody was 95 years old.
We have a half an hour still. We can make a grilled cheese sandwich even slowly in half an hour.
All right. Well, then don't pay attention to me.
You know what we should do?
What should we do?
Play
Play wordplay?
Want to play some games?
I do, as soon as I get this.
I'm going to let you cook your sandwich because I feel like you're stressed a little bit about your sandwich.
No, I just feel embarrassed.
Why?
Because everybody knows how to make a grilled cheese, and I buggered that like live in front of my friends.
You know what's going to be? You're going to have bready, good, cheesy, lovely.
It's going to be
inside of a sandwich, inside of a soup. It's all just great.
Burger press. Super good. If you want to know where to get one of these, call me. I know about this stuff. I'm doing my best here.
You're doing fantastic. Stop
But you know what, friends?
yourself.
The one thing, and again, some of you are tuning in for the first time. Other people know us fairly well. I personally, as a human being, I don't like to make mistakes. I'm not okay with that.
Big fan of them.
Don't even say anything. But
What was I going to say?
But the kitchen is one of those places where, like, okay, I'm a little bit embarrassed. I've ruined the thing. It's not perfect, but it's gonna taste freaking delicious. And it's one of those places where I'm like, so it wasn't perfect. So next time it'll be perfect. Or so we know next time that, maybe next time we don't kick this up to 6 right away. We do it at 4. It's one of the only places, like making food and hanging out with you guys, where I feel like it's all right to not be perfect, because it's going to be tasty, right?
Yeah. And Steph, I was actually turning it down, not up, because you should slow cook your grilled cheese.
No, Steffi, I wasn't. I burnt it, sister friend. But yeah.
Yeah. No, these are looking fantastic. I don't know why I suddenly.
They're fantastic.
I don't know why I suddenly said it like a 1950s
I'm going to need
debutante.
that back eventually, because I'm going to have to cut them into fantastic.
Oh well, when that's moved out of the way, I will move this back. I'm just gonna get it out of the way for now.
Let's see how we're doing over here. Oh.
See, this is where now we're getting.
We're getting some.
Now we're getting some goodness.
These guys are just going to hang out for a little bit. Just going to keep pressing them so that we're like.
One of the things I've also found, if you have the air fryer, makes the best grilled cheese.
Air fryer grilled cheese is divine.
Just take grilled cheese bread, do your bread however you normally would do. In this case, I would butter both sides with the soft butter. Put it in the air fryer. Let it go. What's nice is it doesn't crush, doesn't break, and it's all. If you want that perfect, super crunchy bread, and I like it. I don't mind it with white bread, but I like sort of a brown bread because I like the textures of the grains will give you in the bread.
You and I are. It's such a wonder that we have such similar tastes, because we are so polar opposite. Like one of my guiltiest.
It's not polar opposite. I said first thing I said was I do like this, but I prefer the thing because
I hate grilled cheese with a whole wheat because it gets in the way of the grilled
I don't hate
cheesiness
anything. I think that's the wrong way to look at the world.
I like white bread for this. The same way I really like a toasted white, like a Wonder Bread for a turkey sandwich. Toasted white bread. Like, I get why people like wheat bread. I understand. But, like, white bread, man. That's just shiznit.
Probably come up just a smidgy. And what I do is I'd go flip to the other side, so at least you're...
Oh, I was just checking to see what's going on under there.
I know, but it's colder out to this rim, so I would, like, rotate it around.
Okay, well, like, stop. I'd rotate it around. What does that mean? You'd rotate your grilled
this
cheese?
end would stick to more to the middle. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, there you go. Rotated them around. I did it. I got it.
Not really, but we'll go with it.
You just said to put this towards the middle.
Yeah, you did right. But I will. What I was more commenting on is your rotation. It wasn't rotate so much as a sloppy.
So I had a
fought with it.
I had a rotation violation. Is what you're telling me?
That's what it was.
Yes, but we can't get sourdough here, Diane.
Exist in
Quebec
for some
doesn't
reason.
seem like I need to do a starter.
Like,
I need somebody to teach me how to do that because you cannot go to the grocery store and buy a sourdough.
I've heard sourdough is very popular in the quarantine.
Thanks, Donata. I'll make you a grilled cheese any day of the week.
All right.
All right.
You happy?
Ish. I think it should cook a little bit. I want it crisp because we're making croutons. I don't mind it getting crispier. I didn't want it to
turn it up a little bit.
I didn't want it to get burnty, but I don't mind.
I know
if
it makes Steph feel better.
No, it won't make stuff feel better.
She thought it should be. She thought I turned it up when in fact I had turned it down. I don't want to misrepresent myself, and I don't want others to misrepresent me either. Because this is on the internet, therefore,
it's not in pencil.
unending and legal.
What?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Sourdough. Hang on. Nathan has sourdough spelt D-O-E. So is that made out of female deer? Sour female deer.
Victor Moose.
Grilled cheese. I will have a female venison grilled cheese. That's delicious sounding.
You got sourdough at your local Provigo, Sean Bolton?
Yeah, I've never seen. I have been looking for sourdough because I do for Christmas and Thanksgiving. I do a stuffing that normally requires sourdough bread. It's almost impossible to find in the city. I've given up and gone more to a good, hearty Italian loaf.
Steph, not a problem. Not a problem.
They do a few in loaf styles, and again, I don't know if I trust going to Walmart for my sourdough.
I just want to learn how to do it myself. I want
a good sourdough, not something that just happens to be called sourdough.
But I don't know. Like, I haven't been such a happy person in the last couple of weeks. The COVIDs, the Ronas are getting to me a little bit. But the one
Let's make that clear. You don't have the Ronas.
No, I don't have the Ronas. The whole life Rona is getting to me.
The Rona lifestyle.
The pandemic is getting to me. Not being able to hug and squeeze my friends.
Imogen.
Oh, who's that door, Imogen? I'm just done. But the one thing that I think it's been really good for is, like, I never would have thought to make bread, but I made a couple of small...
I made bread a little bit.
We made a few breads.
I made some bread.
So I think, like, I'm looking at stuff
It's a baguette.
Oh, she made grilled cheese with bread that has nuts in it. Yes, fair. Like, if it's flavorful and delicious, and I'm really spitty tonight. Sorry, guys. If it's flavorful and delicious, it makes sense to me. Just a regular whole wheat bread grilled cheese is kind of like, ugh, why? You know what I mean? It's like eating,
what?
Ugh, why? Like, I find.
I believe that is the actual
multigrain
manifestation of the kvetch.
Like, I am a kvetch, but like, and it's not a kvetch because that's the difference between.
I said kvetch.
Kvetch, but like, if you've got a multigrain bread that is multigrain for a reason other than just being healthy and full of shit, cool.
I don't
like
think
a
you get
13
healthy.
grain or like a nut bread or something, I'm totally down with that. But like, just like store-bought whole wheat bread can suck a lemon.
Yeah.
Big time. White bread.
Pie.
And pie. Thank you, Butterscotch Blondie. The pie is delicious.
Good pie.
Yeah,
I've always had a nice pie.
Oh, stop it. Okay, now go overhead for 1 second.
Yeah.
Ooh. See what's happening here, friends?
Mm-hmm.
Things are happening now. So I'm just going to keep squishing it because I want it to become like almost like one piece of bread just with cheese in the middle is kind of where I'm going with this.
So you're still going to go. Keep going a little bit. I think while you're doing that, I think we should play a little wordplay.
Okay, we can play wordplay.
Because I had an interesting idea.
Just gonna let this chill for a bit, so you're fine.
This version of wordplay is the Thanksgiving because it is, I'm sure you know, it is American Thanksgiving. So this is the Thanksgiving edition of wordplay.
Can I tell you what I'm really thankful for on American Thanksgiving?
No.
To not be American.
That's fair. That's fair. And so what I thought is the whole theme of this wordplay is I found a list of terms and their definitions come from the Urban Dictionary.
Okay.
These are sort of terms and slang that have to do with the holidays.
Okay.
Specifically Thanksgiving. See if you know what they mean. Some of them are fairly common. Some of them I think you can get by process of elimination.
I'm taking this off. Yeah.
And some of them I got because I think they're just super funny. So are you ready to play Wordplay, the Thanksgiving edition?
Hells yeah!
Please remember this is based on here. I'll move this out of your
I
way.
was
So
just
you're
gonna
gonna
do that,
you
though.
don't have to. I don't want you to have to fret
Be
yourself.
afraid?
Be afraid of it. I know. So this is. Please remember this is for American Thanksgiving.
Okay.
All right. So our first word. Oh, I hit the wrong. What the hell happened
All right,
there?
you fix that. I'm just sliding off camera for 1 second to not smoke my
Nope,
vape.
I hit the wrong button. Why did it do that? Fixing this. Fixing this. Let's go back to wordplay.
I'm coming back.
Let's hit this. We'll go boom. There we are. The first, you know, here. The first thing to define is what does Turkey Day mean?
Isn't Turkey Day just Thanksgiving?
Turkey Day. Is it just Thanksgiving? Well, let's see. The next. It is what inane, stupid people call Thanksgiving in a failed attempt to sound cute.
Yeah, Turkey Day.
It's Turkey Day.
Turkey Day.
Oh, do you like Turkey Day? I love Turkey Day.
No, but you're saying it like you come from the Maritimes.
No, I was saying it actually like I'm the chicken woman from Kids in the Hall.
Oh, true. Yes.
I like Turkey Day. What is Poultrygeist?
I'm assuming.
Poultrygeist. Now this is a
Poult-
movie. We're not defining the movie. What does Poultrygeist mean in terms of American Thanksgiving?
I would assume that's when either the turkey turns out like a horror show, like Poultrygeist, like, oh my god, I tried so hard, but this is the horror show that was my turkey, or when you can't get a turkey.
I see. That's fair. In fact, what it is the spirit of Thanksgiving past.
Oh,
The
okay.
Poultrygeist.
The Poultrygeist. Okay.
All right.
Yep.
How about what does Canadian Thanksgiving mean?
To Americans, for Americans.
Yeah. What is when they use the term? It's a Canadian Thanksgiving. What does it mean?
Oh, this is a term that they use.
They use. That's why I kept saying the point. Please note. Ghost chicken. That's very close.
Canadian Thanksgiving to me just you wear a hat. Back bacon.
Back bacon?
You eat stuff with back
You
bacon.
think that just because that's the only thing Americans associate with us is back bacon, so therefore their term Canadian Thanksgiving is just another reference to back bacon when they have the very applicable term back bacon?
Okay, you tell me what Canadian
I
Thanksgiving
will have
is.
to because you're wrong. It is having a regular Thanksgiving-like feast on a non-Thanksgiving time of year. It's you're having a Canadian Thanksgiving.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So Nathan got it close. It was a secondary thing. It's not a secondary. It's according to American having Thanksgiving at the wrong time of year. What is Harry Pottering? In terms of the holidays, what is Harry Pottering? These are all on Urban Dictionary, by the way.
See, part of me wants to say Harry Pottering means that you hide under the stairs and you don't want to come out.
It's
trying
close.
to
That's,
scare
and that would have been my go-to, but it is not. It is, in fact, the act of staying at college over Thanksgiving, Christmas, and or spring vacation.
All right.
Because Harry Potter did not go home.
Yeah, but it's like Harry Potter was the only person to ever go to boarding school. Like, hey, millennials, we
But
also
Harry
had people
Potter's
who went to boarding
family
school.
didn't want him to come home because they didn't like him.
Most families who send their kids to boarding school don't really want them to come home because they don't like
Well,
them.
that's a opinion that I don't personally hold, and you can't legally prove it. This is my favorite one of the whole of them. Occupy. What does it mean to occupy?
It's a verb?
Yes.
Is it when you insist on bringing a dessert to someone else's Thanksgiving and then insist that they serve your dessert over their dessert?
That's a very good one. It's not that. In fact, what it is the time spent sitting at your aunt's Thanksgiving table, not because you enjoy the conversation or are digesting your food, but it's simply because you're waiting for the pie. I'm in the middle of doing I'm occupying.
Gotcha.
Got to occupy this space. The act of making a pie, no. Thank you very much, Nathan. Yeah, I like this one. I thought that was funny. What are turkey pants?
Your fat pants.
They are, in fact. Pants that allow for a great deal of eating. They are your fan pants, sweatpants. Welcome to Vancouver. What is Thanksgiving Day?
Thanksgiving Day, I'm assuming, is the day before Thanksgiving when you go and you get all of the things that you need to
Oh,
get.
you're
to get,
so very close, but it is another term for Black Friday. It's the day after.
That doesn't make sense. It has its own name. Black Friday. Thanksgiving Day should be the day before you have to make dinner for Thanksgiving. That should be Thanksgiving. And
Because
then the
what
next
if
day
you didn't buy it
Thanks-
the day before? What if you bought it specifically a week before or the Monday before?
Okay, but now we have
But
we have Black Monday and Cyber Tuesday and all that shit. So
yeah,
so
still,
I'm
not saying I chose it. I'm saying that it's chosen by the people at Urban Dictionary.
Okay,
They
hey,
have
Urban
a
Dictionary?
fine history of upholding.
No. Thanksgiving Day should be the day before Thanksgiving when you go and get the last minute things you need to get to make.
All right. Final question.
Yes.
What is a yum yum boat? Yum yum boat. Now it could be dirty as hell. I will give you that. It might be that.
No, it's
and there are a few.
it's
things.
American and it probably has to do with just food.
There are a few that I didn't take because they were all just simply a different term for receiving oral sex around the holidays.
Is this in that vein?
It sounds like it should, but I'm going to say it's not.
See, I don't think it sounds like it should.
A yum yum boat?
Yeah, I don't think a yum yum boat. It reminds me of yum yum beans, but
Yum yum beans.
Yeah.
Audrey, that is good.
A yum yum boat.
And when you hear it, you go, "No, that's a good name for it." There's basil here. Did you need this basil?
Yeah, it's gonna go in the soup eventually.
Oh, cool.
I don't know what a yum yum boat is.
A yum yum boat is a sandwich made from all the different parts of a Thanksgiving dinner. The perfect Thanksgiving sandwich, and generally should be
I thought that
also
was just
made.
called a Thanksgiving sandwich.
That generally should be made on the day, so it is called the yum yum boat.
It should be made on the day.
Like-
to me, that should be made on the day after when everything's.
Why do you have your rules? And you can't just.
sorry,
why do you have such an
every-
issue with the good people at Urban Dictionary who work day in, day out? They have suffered
Why are you
from.
yelling?
I don't know. I have no.
Why are you so mad about this, Joe?
Because I'm tired of you putting down the good people at Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary, I'm not putting you down. I
She
just think
says things when you're not around Urban Dictionary.
I just think a yum yum boat
I would not stand for them if I were you.
should be a sandwich that you eat the day after, when all of the flavors have had a chance to meld together and you've digested your
Through
Thanksgiving
debate or
dinner.
not, that has been our Thanksgiving
boat.
edition of wordplay.
Yum yum boat. You're my yum yum boat,
Oh,
like my
thank you.
dream boat.
Thank you
my
very
yum
much.
yum
So what do we
boat.
got? We got our tiny little sandwiches here.
But they're not tiny little sandwiches.
I'm going to go overhead
Now
so you
they're-
can see.
Now they are croutons.
These are Croutoni sandwiches. Little tiny cheesy.
And let me tell you, the addition of the
I'm gonna
goat
just
cheese in
steal
this,
one of these.
the goat cheese makes it so good because it's salty and
it is
it's got
salty.
a different kind of texture to it. I think they're really good. Could you do me a favor?
Yes, what would you like?
Might you reach up to the place where
Oh,
we
yeah.
keep the
little
onion
bowls?
soup, the onion soup bowls? Yeah.
There you go.
Also, friendlies. This grilled cheese is bananas. Like,
BNANS.
make this next time. Like, if you're doing grilled cheese and tomato soup or whatever, this is really yummy. Like, I'm pleasantly surprised by how tasty this is. So, this is a good grilled cheese.
Audrey, why do you have a problem with the good people at Urban Dictionary?
She confused
They
me.
work hard. They have suffered due to COVID. And you aren't letting them diction. Brie.
I'm just gonna turn the heat on the soup up a tiny bit because I like my soup so hot that it burns my face off. Audrey doesn't let a lot of people diction.
Brie.
Just saying.
Well, this has been.
Do you have a second question?
Oh, I do have a second question. Let's ask the second question, shall we?
Yeah.
I love a good second question, and I think it fits with what we just talked about because my second question today is, what's the best part of the Thanksgiving meal? You take the traditional Thanksgiving meal, the turkey, the cranberry, the stuffing, the potatoes, the green bean casserole, the sweet potatoes with yams, the
Sweet potatoes are yams, honey.
no, sweet potatoes with marshmallows or yams and marshmallows. What I never had that one. Candied yams, is that a thing?
That is a thing.
What is your favorite part?
You know what's really funny, again, and maybe it's...
It better be funny.
We didn't do a lot of Thanksgiving celebration growing up or whatever, but I had American roommates. And I remember the first time with my American roommates when their family were coming up to Montreal to visit Montreal for American Thanksgiving because they had the weekend off. And all of a sudden, I was making an American Thanksgiving meal, which to me is no different than at the time, no different than a Canadian Thanksgiving meal. We're going to make turkey, some kind of like potato product, a yam product, a green vegetable product, like blah, 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 blah. So I remember like the day before my roommate's family came up, we were talking and I was like, okay, so what? We're going to eat at like 6:30, 7 o'clock. And she was like, no, they're arriving at 3 and they're expecting food at 4. And I was like,
I don't know what that's about.
What do you mean they're expecting food at 4? And she was like, well, we're not going to sit down to a full meal at 4, but we'll start at 4. So I was like, okay, wait, apps start at 4. Then you're supposed to gorge yourself on a meal to the point that you get so effing full that you can't, like, it was
algorithm full.
So algorithm full. So I don't know. For me, like the best part of the American Thanksgiving meal is when you get to push back from the table and walk away because it's just too much.
So
food.
you all of that to say you're not going to choose
turkey and gravy with mashed potatoes.
So even after that, then what you chose was a bunch of things.
Turkey and gravy with mashed potatoes, or mashed potatoes.
I think no, I'm not asking.
Mashed potatoes with gravy.
Okay, even that you'll go with. I'll give you a 2. That's fine.
Potato.
To me, there is nothing greater than the concept of stuffing. Stuffing in all its... I love stuffing in any incarnation. I love it. I do a sausage stuffing. I've done an oyster stuffing that I love a lot.
Oysters like with oysters?
Yes.
Like not oyster mushrooms, an oyster stuffing.
Oyster stuffing.
Really?
It's really delicious. I love it. I've done... different kinds, but I just noticed the Donata's thing that she said that she loves is leftovers. I love leftovers, but specifically because turkey tetrazzini, which is that generic noodle I love that so much, and it's something that I have to make about 2 days after.
I mean, that's also like a turkey pot pie or something like that, right? Is that like something that happens after leftovers?
Nathan's is the first forkful that has a bit of everything.
The Perfect Bite.
Yeah.
What movie was that with the Perfect Bite? Barbra Streisand?
Star Wars.
No, Barbra Streisand.
Barbra Streisand.
It was a Barbra Streisand movie with the Perfect Bite. I can't remember. Anyway.
That South Park episode where she's back on Barbra Streisand? Alicia Krellinston says her favorite part is the pumpkin soup and grilled cheese croutons and my white Russian with Mexican Kahlua, pumpkin spice, and nutmeg and cinnamon. I think she's a bit of a suck-up.
She's not. That's just genuinely what a groovy person she is. I know because I've known her for a long time.
Stephanie's is the company.
That means that she's coming over for soup after.
Stuffing with a bats. Don't stuff with the bats. First of all, that's how we got COVID in the first place. Don't know what that is in English. Innards. Stuffing with. Oh yeah. You have to always make your stuffer with the gizzards and all the. Well, the gizzard is a specific part.
Okay, well, the innards.
The innards, yeah, the guts.
The inner workings of your.
That little bag,
bird.
that little mystery bag that sometimes when you first who's done this? The first time you've ever made your turkey, you forgot, you didn't know that there was a bag.
Bullshit, nobody knows.
I didn't know.
You cooked the first time you cooked the turkey, you cooked it with the plastic bag of gizzards?
Didn't know it was in there. Had no clue.
Overhead, please.
Oh, yep, we're going to go overhead. Wasn't Turkey Tetrazzini a 50s wise guy? No, it's a delicious pasta.
No, but it's Dan's other mob name.
No, that's Scooter McGee. I was part of the Irish mob. All right, there we have pumpkin soup
les amis.
with grilled cheese sandwich croutons.
And some basil
I'm
on the
going
top.
to grab a little bit of basil on the top. I'm going to get a soup
I'm going to
spoons.
put a little extra croutons in here.
Little soup spoons.
Thanks.
Let's go back to here and try this out. I'm very excited for this. This is so good looking. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's good.
Friendlies, do this thing. This is a good thing. And again, you don't want to make the soup. Just buy the goat's cheese and the provolone and make this grilled cheese. It's silly.
Yeah.
It tastes silly in
It's
the mouth,
really
but like in a
good.
good way.
Really
it's
good.
silly.
And try this. This is also again, and I do try if you have the ingredients for a White Russian, do the comparison. I think it's a fascinating little thing. Our store is up.
Crouton, I am Crout.
Our store is up. So if you want to get any of your stir crazy merch,
And because I know
I'm in the middle of a sentence.
Sorry.
You can just go away until
Bye.
I'm done.
Gonna do it.
If you want any of our merch, you can go see what we have. There's a bunch of different stuff. We have the, can you grab a sample? I think there's a shirt over there. You can, if you were with us at the end of last season, you saw what the merch was, but it is our first season slogan merch, and it is where you are, there you are. Nope, turn around. I want to show that because majority of things are on there are this. It's the socialize, but distantly content. That's actually not on there yet, but it's going to be.
It will be there in multiple colors.
So if you want some of that stuff, you can head to stircrazy.shop. Everything's up there. Feel free to.
I'm anticipating a question.
Okay.
Margarita, I got your sweatshirt. I will be in touch tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, all the merch that was done before we have done, and it's.
Yes. So Donata, Misty, Joe Schmola, Maureen, Eliza Perez, Margarita. Tristan Ginger. I have your stuff, so I will be in touch.
Galadriel.
Galadriel knows, and she knows that.
Right, but I didn't want her to feel excluded, like we weren't.
That wasn't your hoodie. That was actually Dan's, because I wouldn't take your hoodie and put it on my head because I want you to have a brand new clean hoodie.
Yeah. I've pooped in that one about 3 or 4 times.
Right in the hood.
Yeah. It is not comfortable to wear. No.
Can I make one more announcement? I think I'm going to do this.
Yeah, you do for it.
All right, I think I'm actually going to do this. So last week after the show, I realized that a lot of our stir
I'm gonna
crazies
steal some
are.
of these. I'm gonna let you
Go
talk,
ahead.
and I'm gonna go over you.
I like it when people feel included and when people don't feel alone. And I know that this holiday season is going to be really hard for a lot of people. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm working on the costing right now. I actually went and did some research today. I just have to cost it all out. I will be making individual Christmas dinners. I will put them up online eventually, probably by the 1st of December. I will have a window from like the 1st of December till the 10th of December. If you're going to be alone, even if you're not, if you don't feel like cooking, because it sucks to cook a whole turkey when you're one person. They don't make turkey for one, but I will make turkey for one. I will make turkey for one. Dan will make his delicious stuffing, probably a yam something, a mash of some variety, and a green vegetable, and a dessert. That I will be delivering on the 23rd and in the morning on the 24th.
Yep.
So anybody who's alone, who doesn't feel like making food, or just if you don't feel like making food, I will get this information up online in the next week or so. We will send out, if you buy a meal from us, we will send you a Zoom link and we can all have Christmas Eve together.
Yeah.
Because I really don't like the idea of people being alone. If unfortunately you're in Vancouver or Toronto, there's not much I can do to make sure you get a fresh meal on Christmas Eve, but you are more than welcome to join us for our Zoom thing as well.
So we'll put up a link to that sort of special Zoom show.
And I would also like to be able to, for Dan and I, it's very important, I will pay, because I'm selling these meals, I'm not giving them away, unfortunately, because it hasn't been a great year over here. But with the money that we make from the sale of the meals, I will be making a donation to either the Old Brewery Mission or another charity that feeds other people for the holidays.
Yeah.
So if you want in on that, just I'm on it in the next 5 days. I'm going to put I'm going to put up a thingy online where you can go and get into it.
Next week. We're in this weird time of year where it's just the beginning of December. We're not really full on into the holiday swing of things. So before we get into our super holiday episodes of the show, we thought, what is more December in Montreal than an entire show devoted to pirates?
Arr!
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
So next week will be Pirates of the Kitchen Island. We will see you next week. I'm the Divine Danny D.
I am Elle Diabloe. Wear your mask. Take care of each other.
We love you.
Love you, and I will be in touch if you bought merch.